guys, EJ here, back with another video, and today it's going to be my Blu-ray DVD update for November 14th, 2014. So I've got 6 new Blu-rays to show you, all from last year, 2013. Yes, I'm still working on my wish list from last year. Sort of my horror exploitation update. Bought all these movies around Halloween and finally got them all in. So let's get started. Up first we have the Carrie remake with the cool lenticular slipcover. Yeah, I enjoyed this remake, directed by Kimberly Pierce, starring Chloe Grace Moretz. Is it still Chloe Grace Moretz? Yes. And the always great Julianne Moore. I really enjoyed Judy Greer as well as the school teacher, and I like that this film at the end sort of pushed the envelope a little bit with the violence and the gore in the climactic prom scene. Of course, not as good, of course, as the 1976 Brian De Palma classic. It's hard to compare Sissy Spacek and Piper Laurie, but yeah, certainly an enjoyable film. I wasn't really expecting that much going in. But a pretty faithful and decent remake to the original Carrie, and yeah, I enjoyed it. Okay, up next, probably my favorite horror film of last year, and I think that was the case for most people, because it was a good film, and that is The Conjuring, directed by James Wan, who of course brought us the Saw films and Insidious, as it says there on the front. I was not a fan of either Insidious films. But this film, about a family who moves into a farmhouse, sort of your typical haunted house movie, but it was really well done. Great cast, Lily Taylor and Ron Livingston, and of course the paranormal investigators played by the always great Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson, who seems to be in a lot of these type of movies. Yeah, like I said, it's nothing we haven't seen before, but it was really well made and really enjoyable, I thought. Yeah, I didn't care for the Insidious movies or Mama or Possession or The Apparition or whatever the hell that one was called. We've had a lot of movies like that recently. They've all seemed to been the same kind of thing. Sinister is the one that really stood out for me from 2012, and this one stood out from last year, The Conjuring. Okay, up next, a film I certainly enjoyed, but maybe I'll get some flack for it, I don't know. One of the first movies to come out of 2013, and that is Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters, of course, sort of taking the classic fairy tale of Hansel and Gretel and putting a new spin on it. Yeah, I enjoyed the heck out of it. I thought it was a blast. Funny, bloody, gory. Jeremy Renner and Gemma Arterton were really good. Good chemistry together, and it was just a fun film, sort of in the same vein as your Underworlds or Resident Evil films, Van Helsing, and I enjoy all those movies, so I certainly enjoyed this one as well. Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters. Okay, up next we have the latest from Rob Zombie, and that is the Lords of Salem. Again, with the cool lenticular slipcover. Of course, this film starring Sherry Moon Zombie, living in New Orleans. She's like a radio DJ, living in an apartment that's apparently being run by witches. Yeah, I really enjoyed the first half of this film. I loved sort of the atmosphere and the whole bit with how she receives this record with this strange music on it, and it starts turning her apartment and the place next door, all kinds of weird shit starts happening. And the second half of the film, though, I thought got a little out of hand. By that point, we're well deep into all the Rob Zombie imagery. Yeah, it's certainly not as gory and as violent as films like The Devil's Rejects or even the Halloween remakes he did, House of a Thousand Corpses. But yeah, I enjoyed the atmosphere, and I liked Sherry Moon Zombie's performance. That's the Lords of Salem. Okay, up next we have a sequel, and that is Machete Kills, the sequel, of course, to Machete, from Robert Rodriguez. Not nearly as good as the first one. Danny Trejo, of course, returns to the starring role. Good fun cast. Michelle Rodriguez, Amber Heard, Sofia Vergara. I liked Lady Gaga's appearance. Cuba Gooding Jr. Um, Charlie Sheen, Mel Gibson, and so on. Yeah, I don't really remember much about the story. It was kind of forgettable, to be honest. But I really enjoyed the first one, and of course had to pick up the second one. Okay, last but not least, the only one that Sally does not have a slipcover, and I was hoping to get one for it. But that is Nurse 3D, or just Nurse. I hate movies that are called blank 3D. It kind of drives me nuts, so I'll just call it Nurse. Starring Paz de la Huerta. Yeah, couple movies, learning my pronunciation. I know you people love to hear me say Machete and Paz de la Huerta. I really enjoyed her from Boardwalk Empire, even though she was kind of an annoying character in the first couple seasons of that show. But it was cool seeing her in this sort of sexy and bloody horror thriller. I thought she was cool. Who else is in it? Katrina Bowden, she was good in this as well. So yeah, a little bit of sex and gore. Can't go wrong with that. Kind of a stupid movie, but I am into those type of things, and I enjoyed it. And like I said, I enjoy a little bit of Paz del Huerta. So that is my update. 6 horror slash exploitation movies, if you like, at least a couple. Let me know if you've seen any of these films and what you think of them. I'm sure most of you have. Thanks for watching as always, and until next time, I'll see ya.
Bond. James Bond.